So negative lists assume that you are committing everything to those rules unless you say otherwise. So anything that is not listed in one of the two annexes is fully subject to those rules. Which means that you need to think about what's not there, which can be tricky. Usually there are two annexes. The first annex locks measures in the FTA, for example, TPPA, locks measures in at their current level of liberalisation and automatically locks in any further liberalisation. Standstill and ratchet. The second annex is what we call the policy space reservations. It allows you to keep existing measures and introduce future ones which are inconsistent with the rules. So no reference to a service or a measure, fully subject to the rules. Annex 1, you're allowed to keep what you've got that you refer to, but any further liberalisation of it is automatically locked in. Even if a government comes in the future that has a different electoral platform, or even if you have a social crisis or a financial crisis, then you have to rely on one of the exceptions that we see later that is not much use.
Just on the practical questions on the standstill and the ratchet, what would be a further liberalisation?
Our foreign investment regime requires vetting for all foreign investment valued at $20 million or more. We lift the threshold to $50 million for foreign investment vetting.
But you do that nationally?
Yes.
Unilaterally?
Yeah, but it means you can't go down again once you've locked it in.
But the level of liberalisation you do at a national level in your normal government procedure, it has nothing to do what actually you have to do. It's just like how you work as a government.
All right. We agree, as is legislation before the New Zealand Parliament at present, to pay private education suppliers the same subsidies as we pay public education suppliers. Right? That gets locked in because it then means that foreign suppliers of private education services have an entitlement to the same subsidies as the public education services.
Private and both.
Yeah. So that's one we're talking with the education unions about at present. So it means we can't say in the future, sorry, all this money is bleeding out of our education sector to your useless private degrees or non-degrees or junk stuff, including people who are taking all our education money out of the country as licence fees or whatever. Sorry.
So actually national government or parliament should always take into account what their country has committed to trade agreements when they're doing law.
Yes, and you will find now many regulatory impact statements actually have an input from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs saying what are there any implications for the country's trade and investment agreements. The unfortunate thing is often when they're released under the official information laws, that advice is blacked out.
I don't understand the difference between not mentioning something and putting it in Annex 1.
Okay. Annex 1 is saying we preserve the right to keep a law we've got now. No reference means you have to change the law you've got now.
Okay, so you're assuming that, it's assuming that the law needs to be changed.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Okay. So we have a law. Right. Let's go back to the foreign investment vetting. Right. Okay. Yeah. And it's a common problem that quite often people will just look at the Schedule 1 and Schedule 2 and not actually think about what's not there in either of them which is what catches them